Hi everybody, welcome back to Tunes91. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite little gems in the niche world by the master perfumer, Andy Tauer himself. This is Vanilla Flash, released in 2015. Let's go! Tauerville is a little, side line that Andy Tauer had released, and it has a few little gems. Amber Flash, it has Vanilla Flash, Rose Flash, we have an incense fragrance, and they all come in these 30 ml bottles or 10 ml bottle roll-ons for a little piddly price, and it's so magnificent. What great fragrances these are. They have become kind of, the consumer that may not have all the funding for niche fragrances can pick up a bottle for a decent price. These go for around $65 to $70 American. So what we have here is a very minimalist approach with these little boxes here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see all that, and the 30 ml bottle here. And they all look the same, except for obviously you're going to have the Rose Flash and the Amber Flash starting with the R or A, and then coming underneath it is going to be the smaller letters for the rest of the name. So it comes in 30 ml bottle. It is an eau de parfum, and the sprayer is actually not very great. I'm not going to lie to you. It actually kind of sticks. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it always sticks. Stuck. Yep, we're stuck. Yep. Oh, take off. Vanilla Flash. Let's talk about the notes. For me, what I get out of this is rose, tobacco, some spices, and vanilla with a little bit of patchouli and amber in the base. This is a very, very simple fragrance on my skin. It starts off a little bit fresher. I'm not really huge on the opening, I'm going to be honest. After it kind of tames itself after 20 minutes or so, it becomes a heavenly piece of scrumptious vanilla, amber, tobacco layered cake. It is divine. It is divine. It is so sexy, so robust, dense. And to me, this is so easily comparable to one of my favorite fragrances of all time, Tobacco Vanille. Now, I know a lot of people are going to end up being like, that's blasphemous. Oh, Tobacco Vanille is so much better, blah, blah, blah. All right. Andy Tauer is an amazing perfumer. He's made this delicious fragrance at the fraction of the cost of Tobacco Vanille, and I'm sure he wasn't set out to specifically recreate the DNA to Tobacco Vanille. He seems like a very, I follow him on Instagram. I've had the privilege of talking to him a little bit on Messenger on Facebook a few times, and he just seems like such a genuine artist. I just don't feel like that would be his approach on this particular fragrance. So if you're able to kind of separate the two and just enjoy this fragrance for what it is, a masterpiece by Andy Tauer himself, go along for the ride that this beautiful fragrance takes you on. It is so, so good. This is one of the most complimented fragrances I've ever owned, hands down. It is so long lasting. This thing lasts 12 hours plus. If you spray it on your clothes, you have to end up washing your clothes to get rid of it. And again, you're getting a 30 ml bottle for, I think I paid $68 with tax for this. For something that smells really close to Tobacco Vanille, it is a more tamed version of that, and it has a little bit more of a fresh vibe to it, and it's not quite so, the sillage isn't quite so hefty, but it's a gem in its own right as well, because it has a lot of rose in it that ends up playing a huge pivotal role throughout the whole fragrance that Tobacco Vanille does not have. So if all you out there are not convinced yet that it is its own fragrance, let me tell you yet again, it's its own thing. It is beautiful. I would say that the best age group for this would be mid-20s all the way up, and completely 100% unisex. It has elements that I think anyone who enjoys the more gourmand, robust, spicy, tobacco-y take on fragrances is going to end up loving this thing. And again, the price point for what you're getting is so on point. I cannot even get over it. I bought a bottle of this, I think 3 months ago, and I owned a 10 ml decant 2 years ago that I went through pretty quick. And it's just a no-brainer to me. You guys should definitely check this out on LuckyScent.com. I haven't seen it anywhere. I've never seen an Andy Tower fragrance on like FragranceNet or whatever. So LuckyScent.com and check this one out. Get a sample. If you're a big fan of Guerlain Spiritueuse Double Vanille, Tobacco Vanille, anything that has like that nice hefty vanilla in it. But again, I feel like even though this is called Vanilla Flash, it has a lot more to do with tobacco and spices than it does the vanilla. But it just ends up playing such a nice, beautiful little melody on your skin of this nice cakey vanilla mixed with the resinous tobacco, and it just is absolutely divine. So I picture, basically, what would you use this fragrance for? I picture somebody, this to me is just such a staple that's going to continue to be a staple in my winter collection. It is not by any stretch of the imagination a summer or spring scent. I guess, cooler days in the spring, but this is such a staple for me for, the fall and the winter. And I feel like anyone could wear this for even a signature scent because, again, it has an element about it that kind of draws you in close, and it doesn't have such a huge scent cloud. It could if you oversprayed. I would say 3 to 5 sprays at most. And but for me, for me, I would say 3 to 5 sprays, and no more than that. You can definitely choke some people out with this one. It has such a sexy element to it that I feel like, obviously, I think that you could use this for a signature scent in the fall and the winter. But to me, it has this scrumptious, robust quality to it that really kind of plays out like a scent that you would use for going out. That being said, I think anyone can pull it off, and I think that it is a wonderful, wonderful fragrance for the fall and the winter, no matter what you're using it for. But again, for me, I personally like to use this either I'm curled up with a blanket or whatever watching Netflix, or I'm going out, and so it can be a cozy scent, or you can go out with this thing. I do find it to be kind of versatile in that sense for the cold weather. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.